Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So my first question was about balancing time and the things that you do. So like up until now, I've only had Stacy going for diamond. She's a diamond. So I always like, when I listen to different YouTube videos and things, people always say like, put most of your time into the ones that are going to be moving forward. And putting all my time was easy because there's just one person. But now that I have like 5 or 6 people wanting to move forward, I don't really know what that looks like or what that should look like. Like, do I do one-on-one calls? What does that look like? How, like, I know it depends on each person, but like, how do you do it, Morgan? Like, what, I don't know. I just don't know how to lead from now that I have more than just one.
Right. So, I mean, it depends on your leading style. I personally, I think I lead based on the type of person I am. Like, I'm kind of I can have self-control and I can do things on my own, right? And I know that's how both of you are. You don't need like babysitting, right? So that's kind of how I lead, but I've noticed this is something I'm going to work on for 2016 is actually doing some one-on-ones and calls. But I just got off a call with Arno Nakaha, you know, Arno. And he had a group of us Canadians. He's been doing calls with some of the 5-star coaches. And this was something we talked about because you can't help everybody one-on-one. And he suggested if you've got like enough people that you think it's too many to do one-on-ones, he said start grouping people together based on their goals. So if you have a group of coaches pushing for diamond, group them together in a Zoom call and do it, you know, every 2 weeks. He said every week might be too much because you talk about stuff and then 1 week might not be enough time to implement what you've talked about. And then he said, you know, if you have a group pushing for star diamond, group them together, kind of like us, right? Because one-on-one might be like a little dull, but once you get in a group, it's like ideas start to come. So that's what he suggested. So I'm thinking like I'll personally maybe start doing some one-on-ones with some newer coaches, but I really want to start grouping kind of like we do in this diamond, but like, you know, you start and you evolve, right? I only had like 1 or 2 diamonds when this group started. So it was just the 3 of us and now it's more. So he kind of recommended the groups because then it helps you keep sane as well.
Okay, cool. And I was wondering, like, I would like I do my own like coach basics training and all that kind of stuff. But as I get diamonds, like I obviously like they are going to want to like join this kind of stuff, but I also want like my team to have my own leadership on it too, right? So I want to kind of replicate what you've done. But at what point should I start doing that with my own? Like right now I have Stacy, but technically I have Stacy and then Stacy has Amanda and Amanda has Kyra. So there's actually 4 of us. So like I don't want to tell them like, oh, stop going to Morgan's call. Like come to like, let's do one together only. Like at what point do I stop like bringing people here? Because like, I have some of the girls that are like, oh, like I want to do diamond date night with Morgan and stuff, right? Like I don't know, like at what point do I start like replicating stuff that you've done, I guess, and like beyond diamond training and all that kind of stuff.
I know, and that's a hard question to answer. I struggle with it too. It's really, I mean, when you feel you're ready, like you kind of like when you stop adding coaches maybe to my team page because you're adding them to your own. And then maybe you stop adding your diamonds to our one and kind of break off and do your own diamond date night. But I mean, it's really your call when you think you're ready to do that.
Yeah.
I know. I don't have an exact answer for that because I think it's something all of us struggle with. It's like, you know, you rely on your sponsor and then all of a sudden you're ready to break off and when's the right time. But I mean, if you have 4 people, you guys could have a really effective diamond date night too with you 4.
Yeah. Okay. So then my other question too is like, I know that you, like there's the 5 or 6 of you that do, or like, what's it called? Success partners that run like the Beyond Diamond group and stuff. Like how long ago did you guys start like planning that stuff? Like obviously like Autumn and I have been talking and Nicole and I talked today and Autumn and I talked about having a conversation with Nicole too and like kind of expanding who we're talking with. But like, did you guys all of a sudden be like, hey, let's just start running all this stuff? Or like, did Lindsay Matway do stuff like this before? Like, are you replicating what Lindsay did before? Like, I'm just wondering, kind of like, as I'm planning out my year and wanting to expand my team, like, what kind of things should I be planning to do?
Right. So that group of like me and Becca and Bonnie and stuff, it kind of happened really randomly. Like we weren't just all like, let's be success partners. Like it didn't happen like that. So Lindsay Matway, Katie Hefner, and Brittany Leggett actually hosted a Star Diamond training for their coaches all together. And that meant all of us were in the training together. And then from there, I think somebody created a group for coaches out of there that wanted to push for elite. And then out of there, somehow us five, somebody started a conversation with us five, and like we sort of just clicked. And we've been working together since. So that's why I'd never push people like, get a success partner, because I want it to happen naturally with the right person too. Because like I started off with Carmel Daly. I'm not sure if you've seen some of her posts. We were success partners for a bit and it was good, but like, you know, we kind of like grew out of each other. And I've chatted with a few other people, but then this group of five has kind of really clicked. And honestly, don't think it's like a super planned thing. Like literally that Diamond and Beyond training was like, okay, our diamonds need help expanding, like getting past diamond. Let's do a group. Let's start Monday. Okay, I'll make a schedule. Like it's kind of just happens really randomly. But if you think you're clicking with somebody, I would say go for it. Like and if you're not clicking with somebody, I don't let that hold you back either. Just accept it and be like, we're not good together. Cause that's where I got with Carmel. It was kind of like, felt like I was sort of feeling sorry for her and dragging her along, and it just wasn't working. I'm like, I need somebody to like push me. So that's kind of why that ended, and it just ends naturally. And then I kind of moved on.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were like replicating something else that you had seen, but no. Okay, that's cool to know. Okay, I like that. Nicole, do you have any questions to go with that, or should I go on to
there was something in your big list there that I had a question. Let me check out your list of
okay. I'm just reading too. Morgan, when you are recruiting for coaches, do you only typically recruit from your challenge groups, or have you actually been getting like some from outside your challenge groups, and what did that look like if you did?
Right. So I'm starting to get more from outside my groups now because I have been playing around with ads a bit. I didn't use ads until probably like 2 years into the business, but I've been playing around with it a bit more. So I am getting some not from challenge groups. I will say this, it's very hit and miss. The coaches out of challenge groups typically see success a lot faster because that passion for Beachbody's already built. They know how it works. People have already been asking them. It's a lot easier and quicker. The cold market coaches, it's really hard to say who's going to be successful and who's not. I'm not to say it's a bad thing. Some awesome coaches have come out of it too, but a lot have flaked as well. So it's not as predictable, and it's a little bit harder to get them started, but it's not a bad thing either, I don't think.
Okay, cool. I've had a lot of interest, more so from outside my challenge groups than within, or people that want to like do it simultaneously. Mm-hmm. So that's been kind of cool, but I wasn't really sure because I know like I was listening to a couple calls by like Raina and Bonnie and a bunch of people, and they were saying like all their coaches are basically like cold market. Like I think it was Bonnie, and one of hers was talking about how like she doesn't really have challenge groups, they're just challengers. Like her challengers are brand new coaches.
Yeah.
So then I'm like wondering how that looks. I was like, well, that's kind of interesting because like I obviously the way Bonnie posts, she's recruiting that way, right? Like you can tell just from her post that that's what her market is. But I was just wondering like what yours was like, and kind of like wanted to feel that out. But I'm doing the same thing. I started dabbling in ads too, and that's really made a difference too. Right.
So I'd say mine's like half and half. Bonnie's like, because obviously I talked to her a lot about it too. She's kind of been helping me out with the recruiting side a bit, and hers is strongly recruiting. But I always say this, like, obviously you need to recruit to grow your business, but sometimes some coaches are just like recruit, and they lose that passion of the business that they fell in love with in the first place. Like, I always want to encourage people, like, make sure you go after what you love. Like Chelsea, I don't know if you guys follow Chelsea Blush Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
She's really
That's my girl.
Yeah. Okay, so she's been a coach since 2011. She makes probably like 10 grand a week. She's never been an elite coach. But
Really?
her heart and soul is challenge groups. She said she kind of lost herself for about a year because she was recruiting really strong, because that's what she was encouraged to do, to hit elite and stuff. And she said, like, I just lost it, and I had to go back to my passion. And that's where she developed her Fit Girls Next Door. It's such a cool vibe she's got going. Hey, Virginia?
Yeah, I love her.
And
I didn't know she was never elite. I would have never, ever guessed
No.
no, she's never been elite. So as much as I say you need to recruit to grow your team, I always just want you to make sure you're doing what you love to do too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's a really interesting point. And, I've been posting so much about coaching lately, and my last sneak peek was full of non-challengers. I had a few challengers, and all the non-challengers were not really interested after, like, oh, maybe later. I got so much disconnect from those people. And one girl even said to me, maybe if I was a bit more passionate about the programs and the company, maybe I would want to do this. So she's like, I'll wait and see. And so different group to maybe I should have done the sneak peek differently because they weren't challengers. I don't know. There's no right and wrong, right? It's just time.
Yeah. They'll come around, though, because I've had plenty of girls being like 3 sneak peeks, and then they join.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
well, I did one in March, and I signed up in June. I think
Right.
of myself, but I tell you, if Rebecca would have pushed me, I would have done it earlier.
See, and that's the give and take, right? It's like some people, yeah, I know. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question too. So I love how you do the Success Clubbers thing, Morgan. I'm just like, so my girls have all been going in there and they love it. And then I also do a Success Club board in my big team group. What kinds of things, like, do you do anything in your personally sponsored page to like really motivate them to hit Success Club, or anything like behind the scenes that I wouldn't see in your big team group?
Those are kind of the two main things I do. I have played around with different months with different videos I watched. Like, I kind of dove into Anita Myron's stuff one month, and that girl, she was like doing private conversations for people who's at Success Club 4, messaging people at Success Club 2 and helping them with their conversations to hit Success Club, and literally like everything under the sun. And I tried it, and personally, I didn't like it. I'm willing, like, Success Club makes or breaks your elite points, right? Like, everything is based off Success Club. That's what you want your coaches to hit. But it depends on how you want to lead, right? Like, that's not how I prefer to lead. If you're going to hit Success Club, I'll give you all the tools, but you need to do it. But if you're willing to like dive in and help them with conversations and all that, like, go for it. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I just didn't enjoy it per se.
Yeah, I was doing more so of that before, and I didn't enjoy it either. I felt like I was running everyone's business like all at the same time, and yeah, it was.
But sometimes, like, I had one girl who, she's under Martin, under my husband, but she was at Success Club 4, and she's like, I messaged everybody I know. I'm like, Carolyn, you are 1 point away. I'm like, go message 15 people. I'm like, and somebody will buy it. And then she sold 2 more and was like, oh, I did it.
Right.
And it's like, sometimes, like, you got to push them, I think, in that one-on-one message.
Yeah.
So I always check that sponsorship drill down now like crazy. I'm on it. And I'm congratulating them, too, when they make it. I'm like, way to go.
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
keep going.
That's a good idea too, is congratulating them for hitting it once and hoping they repeat the behavior after that.
And when they're so close, I'm on them, because for me, that's what's going to get me to elite, right? So even though I know not this year, but I'm already in that mindset with them of like, you got to get that 5. Like, come on, you can't just stay at 3 or 4. Like, that's ridiculous. And I have so many at 0. It astounds me.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even want to see my drill down. So many steps.
Are you messaging anybody?
Just a heads up, this month is really low. Like Bonnie told me, Lindsay Matway only even has 9 Success Club qualifiers right now. So just like know that it's not you. It's just,
Okay, that makes me feel better.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a low month.
I did use that excuse for them because some are like, I messaged 150 people and I'm at 0. I'm like, well, that's going to all come back for you in January. So good job. Like,
Yeah.
But it's hard for the ones where it's their 3-month, free ticket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and you hope like after Christmas, they just got to go hard. I remember this was my situation last December. I didn't hit Success Club before Christmas and I just gave her after Christmas. So, but this year I was on top of it more because I didn't want to do that.
Well, I was surprised.
Hammer and chisel too, though.
Oh,
Definitely.
that was huge. Yeah. I'm at 24 and I had low expectations for this month. I thought like, oh, people are so broke. But it's friends of friends or like my husband's guys, friends' wives who are finally coming around. And I'm like, you've been watching me since freaking June, but now because you have a trip to Mexico booked, you're coming, And like, they all have enough money. It's, they're out there, those people. It's just like you told me, Virginia, you're like, just keep at it. They're going to come because the like page, I finally have one girl who's interested, like, who I don't know, right? And that's hard.
And that's what I'm struggling with right now with my new coaches. They do it for a month. They're like, Morgs, I've messaged everybody. Like, nobody wants this. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Like, so that's what I'm working on.
Well, I had an interesting one after I posted that weekly paycheck in December. There was a girl who messaged me right away and she saw the post and she was a coach for 1 month in August. And she's like, I feel like I quit too quickly on this because I see everyone's Beachbody posts and I want to do this. And I said, you should. I don't know why you quit. And she wants to switch to me. So she's got to quit for 6 months, right? And her and I are messaging. She's already posting. I can see her getting ready for February when she's going to join me. And that worked, like just my passion of posting about coaching is like, I don't even know who her first coach was, but she said she didn't really help her as she needed. And so there you go, that coach shopping again, right?
Oh yeah, Morgan, when you hit 2-star diamond or 5-star or anything like that, do you have to get more things monthly on HG than Shakeology?
No. So what's going to happen is for your Success Club, Shakeology HD rolls up into whatever. You only need it once in one business center. I would probably keep it in your first just so you can get leads because you only can get leads in one business center.
Okay.
But it would just roll up. So keep in mind your PV. So to be a 5-star so a Star Diamond coach needs 200 PV every 5 weeks, but you're going to naturally hit that pretty much ways you'll see. And then in your second business center, 50 PV for Emerald, same thing, but you'll naturally hit that too because you'll start running your challenge packs through your second CBC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Virginia, which reminds me, did you open up your second CBC?
I haven't yet. I need to.
Okay.
How do you do that?
Yeah, how do you do that?
So what you're going to do, it's basically like signing up as a new coach, but you have to you have to print off the paper sheet in your online office under the documents, and you can buy a challenge pack as yourself. So that gives you 2 points. So buy a new challenge pack and sign yourself up, and you can place yourself wherever. I'd say your weak leg, do it on your weak leg. And you just sign yourself up basically as any other coach you'd sign up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't need a Shakeology for that business center then?
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, your Success Club will always roll up into that first one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So then are you sending like different links to sell challenge packs?
So then I personally send any Challenger challenge packs. I'll send through my second CBC so I get the volume for them to roll up on my weak leg. Yep.
And then it's still your Success Club points. So
correct.
Okay.
It does. So it doesn't matter. I'm still getting those points. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's not like you have 2.
No. Success Club points all roll up into one. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I'm hopefully going to be 2-star like next month. So so I was like trying to read through all the information. I'm like, I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to just keep going through the last 3 questions here?
Sure.
Okay. So I noticed a lot of coaches like Laura and yourself, and there's been a couple others that I've noticed that have stopped posting on their personal Facebook pages and they're just doing their like pages. Is there like strategy behind that? Because like I only have 300 likes on my like page right now, and I'm like not sure like if I should be switching over, like why you guys did that, or like would you want to explain that a little bit?
I'll maybe say, and then Virginia, if you want to say yours after too, or if you're using your like page, yeah. So I started a like page pretty much when I started coaching, but I didn't use it. I just basically opened it up so it was there. And I kind of started using it a year in, and then I gave up and I didn't use it. And then pretty much at the exact 2-year mark, a little bit before 2 years, I was like, okay, like I'm feeling like I need to expand. It was more of like that just feeling that I need to grow in a different way for my personal page. So I thought, okay, I'm going to start growing my like page at the same time as my personal page. So I basically just doubled up on posts.
Yeah.
I actually first paid somebody on Elance like $50 to transfer all my info from all my pictures from my personal page to my like page because I didn't have any content over there. I don't know if that helped me or whatever, but I'm like, whatever, it's $50. So I would at least have posts if somebody liked the page, they could see and get a vibe for me. So I did do that. So I basically doubled up and I promoted my page to grow my likes. I did invest because I thought, personally, I haven't really invested much into my business. Let's get real. When they say to invest 10%, like I was maybe doing like 1 or 2%. So I'm like, okay. So I invested into like promoting the page to get likes. And so I double up on posts, exact same thing, both pages. And then once I was confident, I forget how many likes I had. I think when I finally hit even to the amount of friends I had on my personal page, I made the switch and I'm like, okay, I'm going all in like page because I started to do some research and people were really recommending it. And I don't regret it personally. I know talking to Bonnie a lot about it, she still posts a bit on both, but lots of traction from her like page. The issue is new coaches think they should start there first, and I cringe because why start from zero when you can start with the 200 friends you have? It's painful. I hate when they think that. You need to be ready to make the transition. Like if you have less, I would say go where that you have the most people. When I got to the point where my like page had more people, I thought, okay, well then this is where I need to be now. Yeah, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of like feeling like my like page doesn't have very many people, but I've been kind of like you, like I was kind of doing it, then I wasn't, then I went all in for like 3 months, and then I like didn't for some reason, and I don't know. So I've been all over the place, but I felt like my market, like I'm kind of at a place where I need to expand somewhere else. So yeah, I was just wondering if there was a reason. And do you find that by tagging yourself in your posts on your like page helps you at all? Or like, 'cause I noticed like sometimes you guys tag yourselves in your posts from your personal page to your like page, and then sometimes there's not posts that are tagged. So I'm just wondering, like, is there purpose behind that too?
I did that for the first bit to double up.
Okay.
But either tag yourself, or it might work better just to post the same thing on both pages.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing the last 3 months, was like posting the same thing, but it just seemed really like monotonous. Like if it's the same people following me in both right now, like it just seems silly to do that. So I wasn't really sure.
That's what I thought too, but Bonnie changed my mind on that. She's like, Morgan, first of all, most people don't even see your stuff once. Second of all,
Right.
if they see it twice, that convinces them 2 more times. Like she's like, it's not a bad thing if they see it twice.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's why I was doing that too, because of that call Bonnie did. But I just watched, it's funny you brought this up. I just watched Fit and Funky, one of her videos about the like page. And like today I just decided I'm doing what you do now, Morgan. Like I'm not going to post on my personal page, because also like there's a chance that Facebook could shut down your personal page if they feel like you're running a business.
Oh.
So you want to have that like page because they can't shut that down. That's what the like page is for. And I feel like, because even when Morgan stopped posting on hers, I was like, wait, where'd she go? Like, I made sure to, like, find where she started to post. So I know that, like, people who are your, like, diehard fans, they're gonna go over to that page. But, yeah. And also what Morgan said about cringing when, like, new coaches, like, dive into it. And Fit and Funky in her video, she's like, I only recommend this if you're, like, a diamond coach and above. Because dive into that warm market, and then once you're like, now what? Then do the like page.
I think that's great advice because I haven't mentioned it on my team page and none of them have like pages. And for me, it hasn't been super beneficial, and I have 600 likes or something. So, waiting, but at least having that backup, I still, every single post, I'm doing both, And a bit with my kids, because that's what Anita Myron says to do. Like, just make it you, let them get to know you. And
I think that's perfect. There's no harm in starting it and building content. And then it's ready when you're ready to dive in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I have 2 little questions left. How often do you blog on your blog, Morgan?
That's a great question. So that was another wonderful idea I had. I'm like, Morgan, you're going to blog. And then when I started, I'm like, I hate fucking typing. Like, I hate it. And I won't spell check. And then it's terrible. So I won't lie. I don't blog. If I blog, I copy and paste long posts from Facebook. And that's my blog post. That's usually what I do. I'll just copy and paste a long post. That's my blog post. That's another goal I have for 2016. Right now, my blog is more a bank of resources. So for example, when Hammer Chisel launched, I could literally make a whole blog post of everything anybody needed to know. When they applied to be in my challenge group, here's my link to my blog, read over it. Let me know if it's good with you. So it was it's more of just a bank of resources. If somebody asks me about Shakeology, here's my Shakeology story. There you go. But I am going to start to try and use it more as another way to expand this year. But again, I'm not a blogger. I call them vlogs. I'll make a video and I'll post it as a vlog.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you too. Mine's a resource right now. I've been trying to blog, but it's mostly being copy and paste from Facebook. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's something I want to do in 2016. So I was just wondering like what you do for yours, but that's cool.
Can I jump in for a sec? When you do videos, do you do it all on YouTube and link? Is that what you're doing, or?
Yeah. So you'll go to my YouTube. Everything I pretty much do is on YouTube, except if I'm uploading a video directly to my Facebook. I always upload it directly through Facebook because Facebook does not like YouTube links. You'll notice if you post a YouTube link, you'll get like 0 likes. So you want to upload directly to YouTube, but directly to Facebook. Anything else is always YouTube. And then, because it really works well with Blogger, because you can insert a video into your blog like right off your YouTube channel, and it's super handy. And you'd be amazed how many people will find you off YouTube as well.
Yeah. I did 3 videos and they quit. I got overwhelmed. So I have one, but
honestly, I tell people just open up a YouTube channel and keep a notebook of questions that people ask you a lot. If they ask you, if you get more than 3 people asking you the same question, make a video of it. You're going to save yourself hours by just sending them the link to your video. It's the exact same question that everybody asks you. Like Marie Barker, I told her she needs to make a video of celiacs and Shakeology so people can stop asking her and she can just send them the video.
Yeah, I do agree. It's saved me lots of time too. My last question, Morgan, was about Diamond Retreat. So when you went to the Diamond Retreat with Lindsay, what did that look like for you? Like, did you have any expenses? Did she cover them all? Just because I'm wanting to do a Diamond Retreat at the end of 2016, and I'm trying to plan out and see if I'm going to financially be able to do it. But I'm wondering like what that looked like.
Right. So I know this is something I'm working on this year, and I think Virginia is probably for her team as well. So when I went to Lindsay's, the way she did it went the year I went. This year she did it differently, I think. But she did it based on rank, because I think the house she got was pretty expensive. So if you were a diamond, you paid like $350. If you were a star diamond, you only paid $100. And then, but most people do free. Everything's free except for your flights, is what most people do. But I think it's whatever works for you. For what I'm kind of planning for this year, I'll probably cover the costs except for flights as well, is what I'm planning to do. And obviously within our budget at the time. But I think setting your parameters is really, really important. Like, why are you doing the diamond retreat? Is it a push for this rank? Is it a reward for being diamond in 2016? I think just making sure you have a reason for it. Like, I haven't even done one yet. Virginia, I don't think has done one yet, right? No. That was Lindsay Matway didn't do one until she hit 15 star. She did her first one. So I just make sure like there's like a, you know what I mean? Like a set reason for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to like celebrate like this year's like people get awards. So I want to do something, and it might just be something like go to Banff or something. Yeah, but
that's what Casey Ziegler, I think, is doing her. Maybe she did it already. She did like a winter one in.
So did Miguel. He just did the one.
Yeah, Miguel did one in Banff, and Casey did hers in Whistler.
Okay. Yeah, I've been looking at like where Idaho or Banff.
Yeah.
Just like places where we can go like hiking and be at like a cabin and just like chill.
There's a really cool place called Emerald Lake Lodge.
Okay.
Awesome. Or in Fernie, there's one called Island Lake Lodge. Both amazing places, which would be kind of ideal. And a Canadian dollar, just be easier for people. If most of the team's Canadian.
And I think just keep your budget in mind. Like, your team understands where you're at. So if you say for this rank, whatever, this is the cost, or if you're covering the cost or location, just keep it within your realm too, right? Because I'm not going to lie, just because they went to the retreat doesn't mean they're going to be with you a year from now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's all my questions. You guys are
great.
Oh,
yeah, I wonder how much it cost Scotty Hobbs to go to Dominican.
I know. I was wondering about that too.
He had all of the coaches, and then they got to bring someone too.
Yeah. I was wondering about his as well, because I really like that idea too. But keep in mind, these are all expenses you write off as well.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, he did hit the Millionaires Club. So.
Yes. He makes a lot of moolah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in a year from now.
Yeah. Things are really going to change in a year from now for everybody, for sure.
But everybody's so different, right? Like with those team volume cycles. And, I'm getting $100 and I'm like, sweet, $100 a week. That's great. Because before it was like, 14. So it's good. But I mean, there's people making like $1,000 or like, so it really, you just never know what that team volume cycle is going to be. So it's hard to budget something like that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're kind of up there, I'm assuming it's still kind of hard to know what your check's going to be like.
Well, after a year though, I guess I was looking at how many folds like my income grew. And I would say most of us who are in this diamond group are like similar to like Lindsay Matway, Lindsay Stays. Like they seem so much higher, but they grew their business at about the same rate as us, I feel like. And I saw one of Lindsay's resolution, like her year 1, her year 2, her year 3. And that's really cool to look at. And you can kind of compare where you're at and how much your business really is going to grow.
Right. Because you're like, wow, I'm actually not that far off.
Yeah.
You'd be
I need to find that picture that Lindsay put, because I was like, okay, so if I make this much the first year and then the second year, look at like 4, 5, and 6, like 6th year. So.
Oh, I have a question about volume again. So is it all your coaches under you, inside, outside legs that you're making volume off of? Yes. That's what I thought.
Yes, and that's why I tell people, because people get so stressed that I'm not signing up business builders, blah, 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 which, of course, you want to sign up business builders. But one coach could change your whole business, and it doesn't even have to be your personally sponsored coach. Like,
Right.
for example, Nicole, you are on my weak leg. Do you know how much you changed my volume because your volume is crazy? And
Okay,
say,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought I contribute no matter what.
Right.
So I just have to clarify that.
that's the crazy thing. It's like you never know who's going to come along and completely change your business.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. So thanks for signing up.
I wish you were wearing your strong leg.
Virginia's on my strong leg and I regret it every day. But she helped me hit elite, so it's okay.
And so elite's not just 5-star, it's those points, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Virginia's so close.
Yes, except I got a shitty message today, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to do whatever it takes that last.
It's going to work out?
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
But I'm about to sign up. Well, I need to do my second business center for sure. And I'm going to sign up my brother because he's like kind of into it. So then I'll have it back.
2 more weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, this week I'm good.
Okay. We got this.
So here's a good story I have to share with you because one of my coaches, Anna, she really is an amazing writer and has lost 20 pounds, looks amazing, and has a great vibe to her. Like, people love her, right? And she was sort of half interested in all this and not really going all out. And then Morgan, she saw one of your posts somewhere, I don't even know which one, like 3 months into coaching now, I guess, about money. Maybe it was that one of that percentage of pay from last year or something. And she said, oh my God, ever since I saw Morgan's post, I'm so motivated. Like, she's like, I didn't really realize the potential. And I'm like, haven't I been telling you this? Like, you know, so I don't know what it was, but that day just clicked. And now she's posting like 3 times a day. And I'm like, okay, I'm in this. And she's not even Emerald, you know, and she's so close, I think, to becoming Emerald. But at least it kind of got her going. And it's just good to watch each other, I guess, because I've been trying my best with her.
Yeah. And that's why I think you have to post so many different types of posts. Like, money posts attract certain people. Freedom with your family attract a different type of person. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to always try different ways of posting.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, for me, I saw one of Hillary's posts and she was making like $1,000 a month. And I was like, you know what? I could use that. Like, why don't I just try it? Like, so the money post did work for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard to do, but it works.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But like you said, if it hooked you, it'll probably hook others. Because realistically, that's where a lot of people are struggling. You know? It is.
Yeah.
If you can afford the challenge pack, it's like, well, I'm sure you could use $1,000 a month. Like,
Yeah.
For me, lots of my friends are having babies, and like I had been talking about it a little bit, but now that Tyson and I are wanting to start a family, so I was like talking about it with one of my girlfriends today. I was like, oh, like, you know, I'm pretty pumped. Like, I'm not probably gonna not apply for a job in the fall because I'm hoping to be pregnant. And so she's like, you mean you're making enough money not to go back to work? And she just like kind of stared at me for a while, and then she's like, I really don't want to go back to work after mat leave either. And she hasn't been in a challenge group or anything, but even like me kind of like entering that next phase, the same as my friends, I know that I have like a whole nother market that's kind of been holding off, thinking I'm crazy. But now, like, that I'm talking about how it's going to affect my life, I could definitely see a lot of them like wanting to join too. So that's pretty cool.
And most of my coaches are those bums who are like working part-time or having to go back full-time that don't want to. And so it's a good group.
Yeah, once they find their why, that's when they'll really go for it.
Yeah.
Even I'm excited too because everyone like in my class is like stressing out about applying for jobs, and like everyone's like, have you applied anywhere? And I'm like, no.
You're like, do you know how much money I make?
Like, and even like when I'm on rotation, because like the pharmacist will ask like, what are your plans? And like the last one I had, he's an entrepreneur. Like, he started his own pharmacy, and I was like, to be completely honest, like, I might do pharmacy part-time. And now he follows me on Facebook. He's like, wow, can I do the 3-day refresh? I'm about to go on a cruise. Like, It's just funny. So funny.
Oh.
So
Well,
are you going to stay in the States, Virginia, when you're done?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to move to Arizona in May. But that's the other thing I'm like trying to figure out, just like money wise right now, because we'll have our wedding like around this time next year. Luckily my parents are really nice, but I mean they'll still be expenses. And then we're planning on buying a house in like that time too, and I want to do the retreat. So I'm like, wait, I know I make a good amount of money, but
It will go,
yeah, it's not unlimited. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
well, I should go visit with my family, but I don't know if you caught Virginia. I did decide to record this because we were answering all these questions. So I'll post the recording because this was awesome. I mean,
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah,
I'm glad I hopped on. I forgot the time difference because it's earlier here. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, this was killer, Kels. Thank you for typing all those up because that was awesome. I think a lot of people will benefit from this.
Yeah,
Well, thanks for answering them.
I'll post that fit and funky video too. It really helped me about the like page today.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, cool. That'd be awesome. All right.
Perfect.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. See you later.
See ya.